Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. And today it's Monday News Day. Once again, guys, they seem to always drop like a bunch of new stuff on Mondays in Raid. It's no different coming into 2023, it seems. We have a couple of things kicking off today. We're going to break down both of them. The 4th anniversary Titan event and also a new Hero's Path, Elhain's Path. So let's take a look first of all. This is quite a different sort of event that they're doing. This Titan event is actually going to go on for 12 weeks and 5 days. So 13 weeks almost, about 3 months, right? Interesting. They've never done anything quite like this before. And you can earn the rewards mostly through competing in these special 4th anniversary events and in tournaments. So expect to see points to gather up these points basically through all these events. We'll see it in Elhain's Path here today. The rewards that you get are pretty underwhelming. Okay, so we look at this, our first milestone here. You can see in this stuff, there's nothing too exciting. Like a void shard is nice, an ancient shard is nice. I think the most exciting thing is probably this avatar. And we'll actually see as we flick through these, there's no avatar in milestone 3. We do have avatars in each of these other ones. And they also said in the news post about this, guys, we can see obviously this is Aethel, Elhain, Kale, and Galek, but they do look quite different. They did talk about these champions unlocking their supreme form. So is this going to be a skin that might be involved in this event? Is it going to be maybe a legendary version of these champions? I don't really know, but definitely stay tuned for some interesting stuff happening with the starter champs at some point. We'll see. But yeah, we've got these avatars up for grabs. Other than that, it's pretty bland. This new chest, this is a new thing they've talked about. So you'll get one of these rewards at random. So it's pretty poor. I mean, like, 100 gold coins is okay, or an ancient shard's okay. You might get 15 gems. Like, who cares? One rank 3 chicken. Pretty terrible. You can see these chests do improve as we go, but the rewards are pretty bland. The gold chest, I mean, again, pretty terrible. You could get one rank 4 chicken for getting 23,500 points. It's really underwhelming. This platinum chest, I really think that this should be multiple of these rewards. If you could get 3 of these rewards at random or something, it'd be a bit more exciting. Because, yeah, you could get a legendary book, or, you could get 24 charmers. You could get 1 ancient shard. It really doesn't compare. Even the best chest, the diamond chest, coming all the way up here into milestone 5. Yeah, you could get a legendary book. That's nice. A feast is pretty good, actually, I think. A void shard's okay. Or you could get 80 gems. You could get 500,000 silver, which is almost nothing. So I really think that these chests actually kind of suck from what I can tell. Who knows what the actual drop rates are? Maybe they have equal drop rates, maybe they don't. I don't know. But I'd like to see the chests improved to be more exciting. Because it's random, which kind of sucks. At least it'd be a bit more fun if you almost definitely get something good out of it, but doesn't seem like that. Definitely we get to milestone 5, like a Sacred's in there, 6-star Chaos War, and Immortal Soul Stone. Like, there's some okay stuff here, but none of this is blowing me away. I do think the avatars are the most fun. But yeah, considering this is something you're going to be gathering over 3 months, basically, I kind of feel like this is very optional. Unless you really, really want the avatars, yeah, there's some okay stuff in here, but it's nothing I really want to go out of the way for. I don't really care. I feel like you can totally skip this and not worry. And I think that's okay, actually. It doesn't bother me too much. Like I said, my main issue with this, it seems like maybe these points are going to be pretty easy to get. It's going to be like a slow burn event. I think that's pretty fun. And I like this idea of seasonal stuff. Like, we could see fun stuff for Christmas, for Halloween, and so on. These longer events. I would like to see the rewards be a bit more exciting, specifically with the chest. So there you go. The anniversary event, the Titan event, is kind of fun. But it's there's not much gameplay going on, and you could totally skip it. Now, let's come over. Let's look at the actual events that you could take part in. You can see I already got a bunch of these coins already. I was rolling up accessories, and then I realized I've almost got too many coins. There is also, at the same time, there is a dragon event going on. Let's actually look at that first. It's pretty straightforward. We have a dragon event. There's a 2x drop event for speed gear from dragon right now. So it's actually a decent thing to do with your spare energy at the moment to farm dragon. Come in here, you can get 1,000 of these points. Again, it's okay. You can get 50 of the Plarium play points. I haven't talked about that in a video, but again, I feel like much like the Titan event, the short version of what I think about this Plarium play stuff is it's kind of okay that it's there. It's not really too exciting, and you can basically ignore it and it won't really hurt you too much, It's kind of how I feel about it. But you can come and get this stuff. A rank 5 chicken, 3,000 points is quite a few. So it's up to you. This is definitely something you can skip. You don't need any of this stuff, but if you've got spare energy, you can spend some, bearing in mind that we do have a pretty damn good fusion going to be starting off later this week. So there you go. Let's look at the Elhain's Path event, and we have, as always, put it into Photoshop so we can see the whole thing. We'll show it in-game first, but coming in, to do this one, you have to get either, it's basically dungeon divers, right? Farming dungeons or campaign for artifacts and upgrading them, so artifact enhancement. So those are the two things going on. You're going to get a good chunk of points for dungeon divers just from running the dragon event. So run that first and see what you're going to get. I think you'll get a good chunk, and then upgrading some stuff. I spent about 20 million silver, I think, today upgrading some gear just for some champions I needed a gear. And I've run some dragon. I've got 15,000 coins right now. So I think this is fairly easy. We come through, you can see that a lot of these, the scores that you need to get this are pretty low compared to other events. It's going to be pretty easy to complete this. What do you get? Well, the left-hand side, you can come down. There are some of these anniversary points, or the Titan event points, I should say. Yeah, anniversary points up for grabs. You've got some rank 3 chickens, some blue brews, pretty underwhelming stuff. You can get Elhain for 3,000, some more blue brews, 1 ancient shard. We've got more anniversary points, and then of course the ultimate thing is 50 Plarium points. On the right-hand side, you come down, we can see the same thing with the points. Again, you've got Ascension pots. Now this time you get a perfect soul for Elhain. Then you get a split soul. You've got rare books up for grabs, more Ascension pots, and then a 3-star split soul for Elhain. And then the same thing mirroring the points and coming across into the Plarium play points. So, what path do I think you should take through this event? Well, which side is better, left or right? I think the right-hand side is clearly a million times better than the left, right? On the left-hand side, rank 3 chickens are pretty useless. You're going to get an Elhain and you're going to get 1 ancient shard. Not particularly exciting, to be honest. Now, the right-hand side, getting those 3 rare books, that's actually pretty good. Rare books can be a little bit tricky to get. When you're an early game player, those rare books are going to be super useful for you. That's going to be really handy. And then even late game, hey, it's a few points for clan v clan. So this is not too bad if you want to grab all 3. You only need to get 1, I'm pretty sure. We're going to do it now live anyway. And then I also think this 3-star soul for Elhain is actually really good. What I will say is it's going to take you much, much longer to randomly pull a 3-star Elhain soul than it is to get just a copy of Elhain or 1 ancient shard. Like, it's much easier to just randomly get Elhain. You will get her, right, just from pulling ancient shards. It's not going to take too long. It could take you a long time to get a split soul for Elhain all the way up to 3-star. I can tell you, I've got tons of Elhains. I actually don't have any souls, though, for my Elhain. And Elhain's actually a pretty good champ, even into late game for some of those Doom Tower secret rooms, because she's got 2 AoE attacks. You put her in a stun set, she's actually really good for it. And yeah, it's just a helpful thing to get. So I definitely recommend the right-hand side. So this is what I'm going to be doing, is going down the green path like this, which is going to cost 14,000 points. Again, it's pretty expensive. In the sense that this is definitely not something you need to do. You could totally skip those Plarium play points. You could skip the anniversary thing if you want. The fusions are much more impactful because those legendary champions can make a huge difference in getting through Faction Wars, Doom Tower, Hydra, everywhere in the game. Legendary champs make a huge difference, so they come first. But yeah, going through this, just going through the middle, grabbing the blue pots are worth more. You get twice as many as the white pots, and the white pot keep is open every day, so I just don't see that being valuable. And coming through for 14,000. If you did want to go down the left side, going like this, basically, again, nothing really too exciting there. It is a bit more expensive, this left-hand side, whilst also being, in my opinion, worse. So 12,200, and then obviously you add on the 3,000, it'd be 15,200 to get the Plarium play points. So fairly straightforward there. And then finally, if you want to grab these other bits in red, the total cost of those is another 6,200 points. So I did some quick maths as well. If you want to grab all this green path and this yellow path, you want to get all of the anniversary points and the Plarium play points, it is going to cost you 26,000 points. It's quite a bit, actually. And then if you want to buy absolutely everything, it would cost you 32,500. Not really worth it. at all. Probably about 30,000 if you ignore like these brews and the 3-star chickens, which are kind of useless. But if you want to come and grab in those the 2 extra legendary books, about 30,000 points is something like you're looking at. I'm coming in with 15,000, which is not too bad. So let me just come down here. Let's just make sure that this thing works live. So I'm coming down, grab this Elhain soul. Let's grab this middle book. Yeah, that works fine. Grab that. Grab this. Here we go. Boom. And yeah, looking pretty good. All right, great. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think I will probably come through and I don't have enough points for this one right now, but I will get it. I'll grab those anniversary points. I will probably, I don't know. I might end up coming down and grabbing this extra 1,000 points and the ancient shard. I might just grab the rare books. I'll basically wait to the end of the event and then spend my points then. It's probably the smartest thing to do, but I wanted to show you guys how that works. I think, like I said, I think it's reasonably worthwhile and great. I can actually awaken my Elhain now. She's actually not fully leveled either. But it's going to be pretty helpful putting... we'll put the Phantom Touch blessing on her. We can do it live. And there you go. So, what do I think of this event? Let's put Phantom Touch on Elhain. What do I think of this event? One of the things that really annoys me the most is you know, when I see like a late game player come in and say that like this event is bad for me, like it's not that useful for me, therefore this event is bad. I think that's really silly. It's like saying I don't like strawberry ice cream, therefore they should never make strawberry ice cream for anyone ever. It is objectively bad. It just doesn't make sense. I actually think this event is okay. I think it's for newer players, which I think what these things are targeting, really all of this stuff that's come out since I've been away, it's really targeting new players, right? So someone new comes into the game. This is a pretty worthwhile thing to do. Like if you're a little bit in, right? Getting a split soul for your starter champion is quite good. Getting some rare books is pretty decent. And yeah, just slowly working on this anniversary event while you're doing other stuff is kind of cool. And getting like an avatar along the way, it's not too bad. So yeah, I think it's actually okay for like an earlier player. For like a late game player, this stuff is fairly underwhelming. Like I said, you don't need to do it, but I think that's fine. I think having this stuff to just slowly work away on, grind for, and unlock over time, that isn't really that impactful. For me, again, that's kind of fine. Same thing with this Plarium points. It's not really that exciting. It's sort of like missions. Basically, the way this is very much like missions, right? It's really like the mission system and getting those slow rewards. I think the reason that they've done it as a separate thing, not missions, but as a separate thing that happens alongside missions is so it's for newer players, right? What is the point, I think, for them in adding missions past Romantu when there's so few people that actually have even got to Romantu? Whereas they can put in this Plarium point system, this Plarium point program, and then someone day one, I'm pretty sure it works for you day one, can just start working on this stuff and gathering things up. And it's like another mission thing going alongside it. Again, I think it's fairly, you know, fairly underwhelming, but there's some decent stuff in there. Like you think for a newer player, whenever you slowly earn up and hit those milestones, it's a nice chunk of extra energy. That's pretty cool. Some extra gems, some multi-paddles. It's small, but it's kind of nice. The champion I do think looks pretty underwhelming, I will say. So that's a bit disappointing, but who knows what they might do with her in the future. They might buff her, they might not. I don't really know. You're going to slowly earn her anyway. But yeah, there you go. Look, Elhain's path, I'd say you don't need to stress about it, but like I said, if you've got the energy right now, it's something to do, and no harm in working away on it if you want those, you know, hey, like the split souls, not too bad. I'd expect the other hero's path for the starter champs to be the same. As a new player, if you don't have the split soul for your starter champion, I think it's really worthwhile going in and getting up to the 3-star for your starter, whoever it is, when they come around. That's really strongly worthwhile, actually. It makes a big difference. And yeah, get some avatars and stuff. But there you are. Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you all very, very soon for more. Goodbye.